Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to continue talking about Pretty Woman, that piece of shit movie from 1990 that came out in 1990. Okay, that movie that catapulted Julia Roberts into the fucking stratosphere, which she still enjoys to this very day. The fucking queen of the chick flicks. I think she's the queen of the chick flicks because that's all she fucking did for a long time. She did a couple of dramas, won a couple of awards, but for the most part, even her dramas were fucking chick flicks. Okay, let's face it. Okay, it was always about her. Okay, come on, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Anyway, I don't like Julia Roberts. I think she's a piece of shit. You know, she goes through men like toilet paper. So, she leaves people at the altar. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. It's like, I don't understand you ladies out there. When Big does it to Carrie, he's a fucking asshole. But when Julia Roberts does it, oh, she's entitled feminist. Get the fuck out of here, that bullshit. Anyway, I'm Diego, and I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view on Pretty Woman, okay? I have decided, since I already reviewed every episode of Sex and the City, I already did all that shit, okay? All the episodes, all the movies, even the new piece of shit show, I reviewed all that shit. All those videos are on this channel. But then I decided I'm going to go after your chick flicks next, okay? That's what I decided to do. So I started off with Romeo and Juliet. That was a no-brainer. That was an easy one, okay? Then I went into, A League of Their Own. Okay, and then I went after the big one, the big bitch, Thelma and Louise, which was a movie I'd never seen. Okay, all those videos are on here. Now I'm attacking Pretty Woman, and I'm coming after the other shit next. You'll see what it is. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna finish up Pretty Woman here. Not in this video, but I'm gonna finish it up. I want to analyze this movie. Yes, I said analyze. I'm gonna analyze this movie all the way through. I'm gonna leave nothing out. I'm gonna do an in-depth review of this fucking movie, scene to scene, and tell you what's realistic and what's not realistic from a straight man's point of view. That's a point of view you never got. Okay, when you watch this movie with your girlfriends, okay, and your gay friends, and you tried on your clothes. No, none of that shit here. Okay, no, I'm gonna give you a straight man's point of view. What's realistic and what's not realistic. And I'll tell you right now, this movie, it's more real. Avengers Infinity War is more fucking realistic than this piece of shit. I'll tell you that right now. It is, okay? I understand the concept of the chick flick, okay? Chick flick is fueled by women. That's why it's called a chick flick, okay? Women go pay their fucking money to go see these movies because they identify with the fucking, the female protagonist. Okay, that is the purpose of the chick flick, okay? All you fucking bitches out there that fucking love J-Lo, you keep her in fucking business by going to see her fucking bullshit rom-coms. J-Lo's rom-coms, okay? Well, guess what? Julia Roberts was the J-Lo of 1990, okay? And she held on to that title. I mean, she had some stiff competition from like Meg Ryan and shit, but I think that Julia Roberts fucking held on to that title for longer than she should have had it, honestly. Longer than she should have had it. Okay, but she was the queen of the chick flicks for a long fucking time. Long time. Think about it. Best Friend's Wedding, Aaron Brockovich, what was the one with Hugh Grant? The king of the chick flicks? Yeah, that asshole. Was Notting Hill. I mean, she did so many fucking, that's all she fucking did. Okay, that's all she fucking did was chick flicks, all right? So basically, and this was the one that started her off. Okay, so I know you women love this movie so fucking much. I know, because I was around back then when this movie came out. And I remember the way, mostly middle-aged women, the way they responded to this movie. Okay, now these middle-aged women were, obviously they were Richard Gere fans. That's why they went to go see it. Okay, because they saw him topless in fucking American Gigolo. Okay, they fell in love with Officer and Gentleman. Okay, so they already knew who Richard Gere was. So they went and they got something good out of it. They ended up identifying with Julia Roberts. Well, of course, they're gonna identify with Julia Roberts. Okay, she's a fucking whore. Okay, that's what she is. I'm sorry, but that's what she is. That's her character. She's a fucking whore. She's a street hooker. She's fucking covered in AIDS. All right, and a lot of women identify with that. Okay, unfortunately, and they just need the right guy to fucking save them from that lifestyle, right? That's the Anna Nicole Smith guide to fucking overcoming poverty, right? So no, it sends a bad message. Okay, I'm here to destroy it. It's not fucking Cinderella. They called it the modern. It's not fucking Cinderella. Cinderella catfished Prince Charming. Okay, he thought she was something else than what she really was. He didn't know it was her until she tried on the fucking slipper. He put the slipper on her, okay? But remember, okay, he thought that she was a rich bitch that was at his party, okay? That didn't happen here, okay? No, she met him as a street fucking hooker, okay? trying to get a date from him. Okay, and and it began from there, and then the movie proceeds from there. Okay, so he was not catfish. He already knew she was a tramp. She was a fucking street whore from Hollywood Boulevard. Okay, he already knew that when he met her. Okay, how's that for a rom-com? Okay, now let's get into the review here. All right. Now, where I left off in part 4, this is part 5. When I left off in part 4, we'd already gotten into the whole situation where they finally do have sex. Okay, she blows him. Okay, and then he takes a shower, and then she's asleep, and he finds out that she was wearing a wig the whole time. He didn't realize that Carol Channing blonde bob, was not her real hair. She's actually got a big fucking tree of fucking a perm. Okay, of a brunette, a brown-haired perm. That's her real hair. Okay, the big fucking thing that every fucking white girl in America had before Jennifer Aniston came around. Yeah, I was there. I remember the Amy Grant look. Yeah, I was there. I remember. Okay, all the Alana Miles, all the girls fucking. Even Cher had that hair. Oh my god. Yeah, everybody had that hair. All the girls had that hair. All the white girls had that hair. Even fucking Mariah Carey had that hair. Okay, that's how popular that shit was. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. All right. So anyway, here we go. Okay, so he's there. Okay, he sees her. He goes to sleep, but doesn't sleep very much. Okay, the hotel general manager shows up for work. Okay, that's the next scene. That's the segue. He just shows up for work in the morning. It's the morning now. He's played by Hector Elizondo, who's this Puerto Rican actor. He's been around a long time. He's done a lot of shit. He's done some rom-coms too, but never. He's a supporting character. He's a character actor. He's not like a leading man at all. Okay, but he showed up in a lot of stuff. I think one of those fucking Gary Marshall movies, and he directed this, yeah. Gary Marshall, yeah. One of the Gary Marshall ensemble movies. I don't remember if it was Valentine's Day or Love Act. I don't fucking know. But anyway, he was Shirley MacLaine's husband in that one. He's been in a lot of shit. I remember him in an episode of I think it was Amazing Stories from the 80s, where it was a Patrick Swayze episode where he gets power. He can touch somebody and heal them. Yeah, this is before the Green Mile. He could touch somebody and heal them in prison, and he played the guard. Okay, that wanted to keep him alive because he was going to get electrocuted. But anyway, he's been around. I think he was in Beverly Hills Cop 3 too. So you've seen him before. He's been around. Okay, Hector Elizondo. He's, like I said, he's mostly a character actor and a TV actor. Okay, he's never like the main character ever. Okay, his name is Barney Thompson. Yeah, a Puerto Rican guy named Barney Thompson. Yeah, very realistic. Okay, so he shows up there. He says hi to everybody. Everybody knows him. Okay. Then we segue back to Ed. Okay, now Ed, it's the morning now. Room service just dropped off all sorts of fucking food for breakfast. Ed's there. He's talking to Philip. That's Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. That's his partner. He's talking to him on the phone. Okay, and then Vivian wakes up. Okay, and she walks in there in her white robe, in her fucking perm. You know, now Ed's already dressed. He's already in his fucking $500 fucking business suit. He's already ready to go. Okay, she shows up. Okay. He says, oh, there you are. He's like, hey, I didn't know for sure what you like for breakfast, so I took the liberty of just ordering everything off the menu. And he did. There's a big fucking smorgasbord of fucking breakfast food. There's eggs Benedict, all sorts of shit on there, okay? So she basically just pick whatever you want. And that's what she does, okay? So she sits there, okay? Well, she sits on on the table and starts talking to him. He points out, there's like 4 chairs at this table. You don't have to sit right there. She's like, oh, okay. So she gets off the table and sits down in a chair, and of course she does it the girl way. You know, like you girls like to do. You never just fucking sit in the chair. You always fucking sit in the chair, and then you put your fucking knees up and shit, you know. And that's what she does, okay? Is that where every girl got it from? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and she starts munching on her food and talking with her mouth full, because that's what they always do in these rom-coms, like on Sex and the City. Okay, so she's there, okay, she's like, you don't sleep. You don't drink? You don't eat? Because he didn't eat breakfast. You don't do drugs? What do you do? You're not a lawyer. And he's like, that's right. That's right. He tells her to fucking sit down. I buy companies that are in financial distress. In fact, they're not doing so well. So you buy these companies really cheap? He's like, well, I'm buying one for $1 billion this afternoon. You call that cheap? She's like, oh, $1 billion. You must be really smart. I only got through the 11th grade. Okay, as he puts his tie on. She's like, what about you? How far did you get? He's like, looking at the papers and I went all the way. It's like, oh, wow. But your parents must be proud of you. He's just like, look, this guy is a rich elitist, okay? He's very stoic. Okay, so I don't want to call him an asshole, but he definitely thinks, you can tell by the cues, the nonverbal cues, that he doesn't think much of this girl. He likes her, but he knows that he's above her socially, economically, every which way, okay? She's very pedestrian. She's like a troglodyte. And he's like this sophisticated man, and he's aware of this. And I think it's like a mixture of being amused by her, by how simple her needs are compared to his, and just how uncultured she is, Like he's so used to being around people that fucking know things. They know how to drink champagne. Okay, they went to Ivy League schools. Okay, they've got fucking, they make fucking 7 figures at minimum. He's used to dealing with people like that. Like he's not used to dealing with this. Okay, with this girl that doesn't know shit about anything. Okay, except things that someone like not of his level would know. Okay, like she got off watching I Love Lucy. Like that was legit fucking like entertaining for her to watch an episode of I Love Lucy. And for her just to sit on the floor and just fucking eat fucking garnishes and shit, and chips and stuff. For her, that's like a 4-class meal. Okay, so her desires, her needs are very, very simple compared to his. He's stressing out about this $1 billion deal. And she's just stressing out about paying her rent. About making enough money to pay her rent so she doesn't get evicted. It's like there's such a difference between them that I don't really understand why he would. I can understand him being polite to her and maybe he feels sorry. I think he definitely feels sorry for her, and that's why he let her spend the night. He would have let her spend the night anyway, even if she hadn't fucked him. When he thought she was doing drugs in the bathroom, he told her to get out and take your money, which means he was going to pay her anyway. The money's not the problem for him. He has no problem giving her money. It's just that I think he's like amused by how simple this girl is. He's not used to being around simple people. He's not the kind of person that would talk to like his maid, and try to figure out about her life and ask her questions about what's important to her. He wouldn't do that. Okay, he's mostly concerned with himself. Okay, and his business dealings. I think that's what gives him pleasure. Okay, he's very I don't know what that word. Very reserved. Okay, he's scared of heights. He doesn't drink, which means that he's a control freak. He does not like to be out of control. He doesn't like to lose his cool. He doesn't like to fucking. He wants everything in its proper place. Very like obsessive compulsive disorder. He wants everything. Well, he doesn't have it, but he's kind of similar to that. He wants everything that needs to go where it needs to go. There's a place for everything and everything in its place. Including people. Okay, and she doesn't fall into any of this. She's completely out of control. Okay, she's something that's totally different that he's not used to. Okay, so I can understand him being amused by her. Okay, but that does not mean he respects her. Okay, he doesn't respect her. Okay, he sees her as beneath him. Okay, so anyway, he's in the bathroom tying his tie. Okay, and his tie, and he explains, and she asks him some questions about what he does, and he basically explains to her capitalism. Okay, how that works. Okay. Like she doesn't know any of this stuff, okay? She's got to fuck guys to learn how capitalism works, right? She's so he tells the basics as he sells companies, okay, for more than what he bought them for, okay, and he doesn't make or build anything, okay, and then he buys these companies for more. He buys these companies cheap, relatively cheap. Okay, and then he splits them up and sells each one of them for more than what he paid for them. Okay, and okay. He doesn't make anything, and he doesn't build anything. Okay, that's what he does. He just takes apart these companies. He's like a corporate raider. He just goes in there, takes it over, and sells it. He flips it. which is smart. Okay. That way you don't have any fucking liability. You just fucking improve it and fucking sell it. Take it apart and sell it. Okay? She goes up to them and she ties his tie for him. Okay? And I've said this before in other videos. I don't know how the fuck girls can do that. I've never learned how to tie somebody's tie by standing in front of them. I've always done it in the mirror. You put me in front of the mirror, I can do it easily. Girls, for those of you that can do that, that can just stand in front of a guy and tie his tie for him the right way, holy shit, I can't even do that. To me, that's kind of shocking, you know? And I was surprised when I mentioned that in a past video that I did. So many comments were, oh, I do that all the time to my husband or my dad or whatever. I was like, damn. I never met a girl that did that. Okay, I've always tied my own ties, you know? But she can do it. I can always do it looking in the mirror, but not the other way around. All right, so she ties his tie, you know, and he basically tells her, like, oh, where'd you learn to do that, you know? And she makes some fucking joke about some guy that she was fucking, and then she's like, oh, my grandpa, okay? My grandpa, I used to live with my grandpa, you know? So he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And if you believe that, yeah, I'm sure she's gonna sell you a bridge too, okay? So Viv says, like, you know, it's so basically what you do in your business, okay? These companies that you buy real cheap and sell real expensive, you know, you're basically stealing cars and then selling them for parts, right? You know, he's like, okay, that's how you want to understand it. You know, he basically blows her off. Like, okay, I'm not getting through this girl. She's got kind of an idea, but I'm not gonna fucking go in-depth explanation as to how I do my business. Okay, she's not smart enough to understand what I'm telling her. Okay, but she does ask him, hey, can I use your bathtub before I leave? You know, before I go. And he's like, yeah, fine, but only on the shallow end. Okay. So anyway, he gets a phone call from Philip. That's Jason Alexander, his business partner. They're talking on the phone, and he tells him about this business dinner that he arranged that evening. Okay, this is a very important business dinner. It has to do with this billion-dollar company that he's going to buy and then fucking break apart and sell. Okay. He's meeting with the people later that night. He's meeting with the owner. I guess the owner's son is going to be there too, and that was the surprise. They didn't realize that this guy, there was going to be a third party there. Okay, and Philip, that's Jason Alexander's character, tells him that, hey, listen, you really need to go with somebody. Okay, don't go there by yourself. Go there with a date. Go there with a girl. Okay, but he needs to come with a date. Okay, now why I don't fucking know. Why would you need to bring a date with you to a business meeting? I mean, what is she gonna do? Nothing. Okay, but for some, maybe it's in the movie. I don't know what it was. Ladies, if you know what it is, put it in the comments. I don't fucking know. But I just remember him telling her that he can't do it alone. He needs to bring somebody with him. He needs to bring a girl with him. Okay, and he's like, wow, how's that? Okay, but he needs to bring a date. Okay. So he's talking to Philip on the phone. He's basically telling her, I don't want to bring a date. I shouldn't have to bring a date to this meeting. It's a dinner, this business dinner that we're having. And then he hears Vivian singing out loud from the bathroom. Okay. And she's singing Kiss, that song Kiss. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Yeah, she's singing that out loud. Okay. And he hears that. He's like, so he goes in the bathroom, and sure enough, there she is. There's Vivian in the bubble bath, covered in bubbles. And she's got her Walkman on, her headphone on. Yeah, we had Walkman. Yeah, tapes. Cassette tapes. Yeah, you put them in the machine, and you close it, and you press play. That's how we did it back in the day. There was no fucking iPhones back then. Okay, there was no Bluetooth back then. None of that shit existed, okay? With the cord, okay? So she's listening to her Walkman headphones, and she's listening to fucking Kiss by Prince, and she's singing it out loud, which Edward finds it kind of annoying. So he walks up there and just looks down at her, and she's oblivious because she's just totally fucking jamming, with her eyes closed in the bubble bath, okay? Okay, she's singing it out loud, okay? And he goes up to Vivian, and he says, hey, Vivian, he's like, I have a proposition for you. I would like to purchase your services for the rest of the week. Are you available? Say, what? What? So I would like for you to, acquire your services for the rest of the week. Are you available? Okay. I would like to procure your services. Okay. Basically, I would like for you to be at my beck and call for the rest of the week. She's like, oh, okay. You'll be my employee for the rest of the week. Okay. Now, to me, that's bullshit. Okay. First of all, okay, you just met this girl last night. She's a street hooker. Okay. She's not even a fucking escort. Okay. An escort, they have a madam. Okay. They have an agency. Okay. That takes care of them. all right, that has resources, okay? This girl is just a fucking street hooker, okay? She didn't even have a fucking pimp, okay? And he wants to rent her out for a week. Why? Why? Okay. Well, now if I was him, what I would have done is I would have gotten a professional escort. Okay, someone who's basically bonded. Okay, someone someone who's used to doing this. Okay, being a professional girlfriend for a week and can pull that off. And has enough culture to know how to order off a fucking 5-star restaurant's menu. Okay, that kind. This girl doesn't even know how to drink champagne. Okay, this girl's from the streets. Okay, that's what I would do if I really, really needed a girl like right away. Otherwise, I mean, to seduce someone and have her ready by even for a guy like him, that's kind of stretching it. That's kind of stretching it. All right. So he asks her. He says he wants a professional. Is she a professional? I guess she is. I don't know. I mean, she has a profession. I don't know if she's professional, okay? She's kind of a scatterbrain, okay? But he wants her. He wants to hire her for the week as his employee, okay? But I don't understand why he would want to bring a street hooker to $1 billion fucking business dinner. That makes no sense to me. It just doesn't, okay? Hard for me to believe. But that's what he wants, okay? So he asks her about it. He's like, I want a professional, and I don't want any romantic hassles, okay? Not this week. Okay, and that's what he tells her. Well, of course she's going to agree to it, okay? She is going to agree to it, all right. Okay, so that's going to conclude part 5. I know it's a short one this time, but I'll be back very soon, and we will continue with my review of Pretty Woman from 1990. Thank you for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.